fault.
You know what you're doing. I'm sorry.
My fault. She ready now. She don't need you. You can go home.
Right, fired.
Fired.
I can't quit no more. I've been fired.
Fired. Shit, you know, you give a motherfucking woman a little bit of time to learn something.
I'm so glad somebody else said it. I don't really know how to say it.
Well, we about to get started, y'all, for Blunt Talk.
Blunt Talk Live.
We up.
We up and running.
We up
and running.
You know, I need some. You know, today has been
my hand ain't moving.
Cause you a little delayed.
Okay.
Come on, let me see. Are you in good enough? Let me scoot over.
No, what I could scoot over a little bit.
Oh, there I am. Shit.
We delayed.
Okay, so everybody come on in for Blunt Talk. Come on in. I forgot what somebody wanted us to continue our conversation from last week, which I can't even remember what it was.
It was about doing it. Doing it.
Relationships is always a hot topic.
Relationships. We got a problem with relationships. Motherfuckers want to own you.
Oh Lord, yeah. Well, before we get started, I hope everybody's been tuning in this week to the Nguza Saba Festival.
Yay!
You can check that out on GMA Journey Media every day at 5.
Oh, yeah.
You can hit it up on there's replays. You can hit it up on GNJ.media, and you can hit it up on YouTube at Kwanzaa 365 Space Media. So come on through.
Yeah, I'm right there.
There you go. And check us out. Check out the Nguza Saba Festival for the first annual Nguza Saba Festival for Black History Month. We got some good content on there, and I hope you guys tune in.
Guess what I saw at in Kroger today?
Who?
Your good friend.
My good friend?
Well, she's your enemy and your friend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who? Oh, I know you're wrong. Okay.
You're on the air.
Say no more.
How you doing, sir? I say, is that Jill? She said, yes, and kept on walking.
All right, then what told you?
Hey. So we talking about relationships.
But we're gonna get our we gotta do our intro,
right,
and we will be back
here. Right.
Thanks everybody. Come on in. Blunt Talk.
Blunt Talk is here. Blunt Talk Live. I gotta get on.
Blunt Talk, family.
Every week.
Blunt Talk.
Wednesday.
You need to get with us. We're about to kick it.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Facebook.
Come on, y'all. Tune in. Blunt Talk Live.
My side is down. I don't understand. It's conspiracy.
All right, we back, y'all. We about to talk this stuff with y'all. I hope y'all got to check out the what's the talk show we do? What's it called? I mean, the trivia show.
I question, you answer.
We just did that. Now we had a good time with that. And Freedom came out of that winning $100. Her and Miko was neck to neck. They was neck to neck the whole time. And the tiebreaker question was, what was the name of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s father's church? That was a tie-breaking question, which was Ebenezer Baptist.
What happens when you ain't got enough money to pay the prize with? Oh, God.
So anyway, today we're going to get into...
Pray for the nation, family. We need $100. We need... I'm sorry. I get emotional.
So today,
about
okay, well, be emotional about what the hell we about to talk about.
what we about to talk about?
We're about to talk about. We had a request. We were talking about relationships last week.
Not relationships.
And I can't remember where we ended off. Come on, now, I'm trying talking to the camera about relationships. So, does anybody remember exactly where we were at in the relationship type conversation last week? Can anybody help a nigga out?
Well, the young girl.
Well, let's just start. Yeah, she asked the question about whether she was going to test her dude.
Yeah, test her dude.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We started talking about trust.
Right.
Trust. So is it okay to test your man or your woman to see if they are faithful? Or have you ever tested anybody, done any type of thing, or has anybody ever tested you?
I ain't got to have tests. All my brothers.
I don't think testing is good. I don't think that's a good thing. Because if you're going to have if you're going to even begin or start to have a relationship with somebody, your trust have to be that you just trust that person.
So is trust going into a relationship? Is trust something that you give, or is it something that you earn?
You give it and you earn it.
Well, yeah, I would say both and because if you're going to kick it with somebody, you're going to have to give them some trust, but then the individual has to keep it. So not even earn it. It's more about keeping, because
you're going to receive some trust, and they're going to have to be able to receive some trust. You're going to give something, and they're going to have to be able to give something. So in giving, there's the other hand of receiving. So, you got to do both at one time, at the same time.
Well, yeah, like how Tim is saying, if you trust somebody, what I always say is when you trust somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'll trust you till you give me reason not to.
Right. Which is fair.
So like he said, you got to maintain the trust. You don't necessarily have to earn it.
You build on it.
You build on that trust. So the idea, like the young lady last week, was like she's talking about creating a fake Facebook page. Like, I had a friend, and I hope if you're watching, I'm not gonna say your name.
Please don't.
But I'm not. But she was dating a guy, and she was suspicious of him. So she went out to seniors.com. Seniors.com. It was a senior citizen site where you could sign up to meet men. So she went out to the seniors.com and created a fake profile. She knows what he's into. You did? You know what I'm saying? So, guess what happened?
He fell for it.
He fell for it. Yeah. He showed up for it. And she showed up on my porch with a bottle of Ciroc. Like, I'm going to kill this motherfucker. So, do you think that was right for her to do? That's the question. Is it okay to test your mate like that?
Now, if you know somebody's weakness and you push on that weakness,
you're going to get the answer.
You're going to get, the answers are.
But people say,
you're going to get what you're looking for.
No, you can't never. You're going to get, because he didn't have to do the shit. Number one, but that whole thing when people say you're gonna get what you're looking for, I don't really agree with that, because if I'm looking for something, don't mean it's gonna be there. So you can't always get what the fuck you're looking for, but if it's there, you'll get it. What the fuck is you looking at me like that for? I'm like, if I say no, it's not. If I say I'm looking for, you just saying that because you like to diss a fucking great, with no really reasonable analogy behind it. Because if I go to look for $1 million. Does the motherfucker mean it's gonna be there? No, it's only gonna be there if it's there.
Black women is so y'all. It's like
I'm gonna go over there and look for. I can't find my comb, and so I go look for my comb. And if that motherfucker, I left that motherfucker over somebody else's house, it ain't gonna be there. So when you look for something, and it doesn't automatically have to be there.
No, but this ain't the same thing, because ain't nobody testing you with $1 million to see if you're looking for it. Right. She's throwing pussy out there for this man to find.
So that don't mean he got to pick it up.
That don't mean she got to. That don't mean she have to expose.
She's wrong for doing that, okay, but he does not make. The issue is no. My issue is, please catch up, Mustard. Is when you say if you look for something, you're going to find it. That analogy is not true. Oh. However, just because a person is looking for something, don't mean they will find it. Period. That's just common sense. If you look for some shit, sometimes you might find the shit, and sometimes you may not. Because I know some motherfuckers that could be tested, and then they'll be like, oh no, I ain't on that shit. I ain't even, and then other motherfuckers is gonna bite, period. And if you say that people don't have enough, a man or a woman doesn't have enough wherewithal or willpower to resist something that came to him, sounds like when you go to the mosque and they say that the women have to be covered because if you bend over, you got to wear all this shit, it's because you can tempt a man. Because you're gonna say no, you're gonna do, the man gonna do what he want to do, whether you put it there or not. Okay, exactly. My point exactly. God damn it. Shut up.
Just saying, cover up.
So that's my point. Is sometimes, can I have my ashtray, please?
Yes, ma'am. It's over there behind it.
You can, but I don't suggest that a person test somebody. No, because I'm not the type. I'm the type. Once you start testing me, that already shows that you don't trust me.
Right, and not only that breaks down the trust that we had before. Because, like, let's say I pass the test, and then I find out there's a test. How am I supposed to trust you about anything else? Because you playing silly games, right? And then you want to justify because I wanted to see how true your love was. So you're gonna put me in a room. You're gonna put
What's
me
up,
in a
Curtis
situation.
Johnson? Curtis Johnson said,
what do you say?
Don't get into a relationship if you have issues like this. Get yourself together first.
And that's what you know what I'm saying? Because it's like oftentimes, and this is what I'm saying, we paint pictures of what we want. So we go out and we seek that. You need a lighter?
Yeah.
We go out and seek that. And oftentimes we get other people caught up in our foolishness because we want them. We're using them. That's a game.
Sometimes you may be in the relationship and you see certain signs there, but the thing about it is, don't start testing them. If I feel like this, if I gotta test you, then I'm already need not to even fuck with you because the trust is not there. You did?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Even if the person may be displaying right, why should there be a test? But when we had the person call in last week, they were a younger individual. And they were questioning because they said they would set up a fake Facebook page. But I also, like I said, I know a woman who went to seniorsmeet.com for people, 60 something and over, and created a fake profile for her man.
Phrases like that, thank give me hope.
I mean, I have had people. I have had girlfriends before when I was younger. Had went on the government website and wanted to check and see if I had a record, if I was paying child support, all that kind of stuff.
That shit I ain't mad at.
Yeah, I'm mad at it too.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm upset
Smart
with
woman.
that. I'm upset with that because if you trying to have a relationship with me, and all you have to do is ask. I'm sitting right here. Just ask me, do you have any children? Are you paying child support? Have you been arrested? What you got arrested for? What his name? Tom Pope back in the day said that, when you first get in a relationship, there are about 100 questions that you should ask your mate. You see what I'm saying? And in some relationships, there are more than 100. And I'm not asking you to ask the 100 in one night, but you got to ask those questions to that person, like nobody asks the person too much, like, you got a job? You say, yeah, but how long have you been on that job? If you 45, 50 years old, you see what I'm saying? Well, I've been on this job 3 months. Well, what were you doing before that?
Right. Well, you got to definitely ask questions. Curtis Johnson said if you had to do all that, background checks and shit, you don't have no relationship, you have a problem.
Right.
That's a good one.
Right. Shit, yeah.
But
listen, one of the questions that I ask, I'm sorry, real quick. And I think this is a very good question to ask when I first meet a person is, what is the common denominator complaint that you have had from all your past girlfriends? What is the one thing that the past girlfriend said about you that all your other girlfriends said too? Now, usually I'll get some of them to say,
you think you know
I have think you know it all. They'll say, I got a communication problem. And usually, once I get involved, if that person, I see that shit usually is true. So I think that's an important question to ask. What do you like? What was you gonna say,
I
Hatim?
ain't gonna say shit because I ain't about to argue.
Okay, then.
I ain't gonna break up this relationship. That's what I'm about to do. I ain't gonna break up.
Go ahead, man. Break it up.
No, first off, I want to give kudos to the woman that hit the website and went and investigated a motherfucker. Now that's prior to the relationship. She ain't testing you. She's vetting you.
Okay.
We need to do more vetting in our damn community as far as relationships. So I don't even have to ask you all that shit because I can look on the records and see what you've been doing.
But suppose
Second, I do it. Now what I do, hold on. If there ain't no record, then that's when we need to start having a conversation. And we need to
have that
ask,
in the beginning.
if I can finish.
Yeah.
We start asking the questions that you said at the beginning. Now, what questions do we have that we're training our young people, that we're training ourselves to ask those people we get into? Navita asked a very good question because that's a question that requires and forces somebody to think. What is the common denominator for all the complaints that all of your past relationships have? We don't really have those type of conversations in our community because I don't really think we really understand the power of relationships. And I think that's a major issue in our community. We don't understand what relationships are about. We think it's about us, but it's not about us.
CeeLo says she has checked to see if they're married or not. Now, I don't, and I think that's probably good to child. I'm not real computer savvy. Well, I can, I guess. I'm a lazy motherfucker. I'm just going to ask questions. I ain't going to do no background checks. I'm a lazy motherfucker. But, you know, I understand that some women sometimes, but you know.
You can't ask, I mean, here's my question. What's wrong with you asking the person who you having a conversation with?
Now, Illumina, you ain't never been with nobody that.
See, CeeLo says she's been lied to more than once.
Right.
Okay.
What about
so
she asked the question and the man said, "No, I ain't married."
Everyone don't deserve a clean slate, Mr. Curtis Johnson. I disagree with you.
Why do you say everyone don't deserve a clean slate?
Because we're living in a world where
we created the world. We're not living in it that does that.
I think I give everybody a clean slate when they come on.
I think people need, because that's part of the character piece, because your past behaviors. John Henry Clark said the best predictor of the future is history.
Right.
So if you have a history of doing shit, there's a good chance that you're going to do the shit when we in a relationship. Okay. So now if we give everybody a clean slate, that means that I'm ignoring the shit that we talk about all the time. We always talk about and stand on history. You know what I'm saying? We gave white people a clean slate when they landed on them shores. Okay, cool.
But we're still giving them a damn clean slate.
But
I don't care about what's happening now, where we are right now.
But the thing about a clean slate, I think we have to realize what we're talking about. A clean slate doesn't mean that I'm ignoring your past. A clean slate means this is what you came to the table with. This is who you are. Now, you might, because I'm sorry, people say once a cheater, always a cheater, and I do not believe that. So if you cheated on your previous girlfriend, I'm not going to take into the relationship that you're going to cheat on me. Because I've been a cheater before with some dudes, and then some dudes I have not cheated on. So I know that's not always true.
Cheater. He's a cheater.
That don't even sound good.
You have so why would you mean because a man cheated with one woman or did something with one woman or a man cheated with another doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it with you because we feel differently about different people. Now, so Karen Ball said, I will vet a question. She said, I will vet and question a brother and hope you be open and honest. And usually when you slip up and lie and get busted in a lie, I'm out.
See,
that's good.
See, now the whole vetting piece, because now let's get back to this whole clean slate shit, right?
Okay.
This is the issue. When we get in a relationship, we need to look at the character of that person. The best way to judge a person's character is by their past. Now, when you're having discussions with them, their character will rise up, and that will give you an opportunity to see who you're really dealing with. Right. When you ask those hard questions, some people get uncomfortable with them. Some people, what I'm saying, they'll skirt around them. And then we got to remember at the beginning of a relationship, everybody is putting on their best face.
I don't, but a lot of times people do. A lot of times people
put on their best.
They say they call it the representative.
You're right about that. People do put on their best behavior in all relationships.
Now and then, so now when I'm going in there with you, when I'm going in there with you, what happens is I fall in love with the best part of you and not really get the whole you because we're not sharing each other.
That's why a friend of mine told me when he go out with a chick, he get her drunk. And then he get her drunk, and then he see what the fuck.
I did read everything, Curtis Johnson. Leave me alone, Curtis.
He said he get her drunk, and then he see how she act.
Well, you know what they say though, right?
Drunk person speaks over. That's what they say.
Speaks over thoughts. You know
so
what
he
I'm
said
saying?
that's something that he does, which I think that's odd to do. But I know dude told me that he does do that. He'll take a chick out like around a group of people.
Yeah.
You know, they won't be at dinner, just them. He'll take around a group of people, whether it be other men there, other women there, whatever. And then he'll get her to drinking, and then he'll get her to drinking and see if she's the type that will continue to drink because he don't want no drunk chick in his life. And then they don't know how to hold her liquor, and she may, get somebody there. They might have 2 or 3 drinks and be like, I'm cool. But then you get the one chick who want to keep drinking, and then all of a sudden she hanging on all the men at the motherfucking party. So he's like, you know what? I see the best of you.
We done.
And that's the end of their.
I mean that's good.
How you can get into a relationship with a strike? How can you get into a relationship with a strike against you?
Now
I agree.
No, you can have a strike against you. That's something that they could look for, and you could prove them wrong because a part of a relationship is you growing together. See, because most people don't get into or start a serious relationship with the idea of cheating. You know what I'm saying? I have cheated in the past. You don't start the relationship with that on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities happen. It's opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Opportunity.
Well, I'm with you. Trust yet verify. And that's something that's right, Christine. That's something that at my job they used to say to me all the time. Listen, now Letitia said this, and this is so true. Most time the red flags are there up front, but we choose to ignore them, and that's the damn truth.
Yeah, we do.
Because we just digging them, we like them, it's new, so we kind of look over shit, which I've learned to not do that any motherfucking more. Which when the flags is there, the red flags is there. Pay attention to that shit. If you know you out in public and you with a mate like for like how me and Hatim be going at it. That would be a fucked up situation. If you guys going at it like that in the beginning, y'all need to just end it and quit trying to make it work.
Unless y'all like that type of shit.
Unless you like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I done forgot my point I was about to make.
That's that old shit.
Go back to that.
That's that old shit.
I can't go. It's too far back. I don't know where it's at.
Oh, shit.
All right.
The red flags are always there.
Yeah, but
it's up there. We
got
ignore
that
them.
up. Yeah, but I got that up.
Oh, we got a lot of them. But yo,
well, he said my ex. Curtis said my ex was a hoe. I didn't know, but I didn't judge her. So okay, Curtis, I got a question. You said your ex was a hoe. Was she a hoe before you got with her and stopped her hoish ways, or did she hoe during your relationship? You know what I'm saying? Was that Did she have a friendly pussy before you met her? And did she continue to have a friendly pussy while you was in a relationship? That's what I'd like to know.
A friendly pussy. I like that.
You like that? That's a better way of saying it.
She
You got a friendly pussy. She got a friendly pussy.
It's friendly. She like to get to know peoples. She wants to know the whole person. She wants to know them in the biblical sense. But now, what I want to say is this. One of the things we got to look for and look at and remember is, why are we trying to form relationships? Because many of us go into relationships not really being honest about why we get in a relationship.
So what do you mean by that, brother?
All right. So if we, like, for example, we need to be on some nation building shit. So the relationships we get into need to be about our group. Not necessarily about, we need to be honest. If it's about passion, you be about passion. We need some goddamn geniuses. Some of y'all don't need to be mating with each other. I'm just saying. Some of us don't need.
Yeah, Curtis said he said if she did have a friendly pussy while she was with him, he didn't know. Okay.
He laughed. He laughed at the beginning, and he laughed. If she did, I don't know. You still with her?
You know what? Go ahead though. What you saying? We about nation building, our relationship.
Yeah, our relationships. See, when you focus on the fact that you are bringing your ancestors back to this realm, you're gonna be careful. Because a lot of times we go into relationships and seek relationships for us.
So is poly relationships a way of nation building in a time where you have mass incarceration, increased homosexuality, and early death of Black males that decreases the available Black males in our communities, where we have some statistics may say anywhere from 1 male to minimum 7 women in the Black community. How do you some people say that poly relationships or men taking more than one wife is a solution to that statistic? Do you think a poly relationship could be a solution to nation building?
You have just given me a reason to do some wild shit, but I'm going to step past all that, and I'm going to say this. Even before all that, a poly relationship, or what we call poly relationship, can assist in nation building. You just have to be honest. Why are we doing this? If it's about me just being able to score on a regular basis.
Nigga, you did not say score.
I mean, you
the fines and shit.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Score.
If it's about me getting notches on my belt, hell no. But if you are in relationships, multiple relationships, and everybody have an understanding and y'all understand why y'all together, because if we are coming together, because we need to be coming together to bring the next Black Christ up in this motherfucker.
Okay.
Some of y'all
so CeeLo said not if they can't provide. Now let me just say this part. If you look at the history, it depends on why you're getting together, because according to religion, a lot of religions where they incorporate poly relationships, the religion aspect, they say you have to be able to provide for both women. If you have both women. Multiple women. Okay, so here's the thing in the nation building piece, because we're not going to base that on religious practices.
Go ahead,
This is going to be based basically on nation building. So if you have, say, we'll just use 2 women, and one woman has a job, the other man has a job, all 3 of them have a job, and they may decide, you know what? One woman's going to stay home, and the other woman and the man is going to continue to work and bring money into that household, or all 3 of them may want to work and bring money into that household so that they can do different things with their money and build on that. So that is a scenario where the man is not taking care of everybody. Everybody is putting into the pot, and that can work if it's done properly. But some people do poly relationships based on the relation aspect that we've been taught, that the man has to be able to take care of the woman, which a lot of that mindset we learned through religion, especially through Islam.
Western religions. We
also have to understand too that, in those relationships, I like what Hatem said earlier, and you may have said it too, Navita, is that we're not in a relationship with ourselves. If there are children around, we are in a relationship with them. Then everybody can't go on no job and leave the children free.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They got to have one of us, somebody, an adult, preferably, teaching the children, teaching the children. Because if no one is teaching the children, guess what? The children teach themselves, and it becomes
chaos.
And though, I'm not suggesting anybody be in a poly relationship, I am not suggesting that anybody not. I think that's an individual choice. However, I'm saying it's an individual's choice. Anyway, you just like to fucking say shit to disrupt me.
Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that's in poly relationships that don't even know.
Okay, then that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about people who have actually came into the relationship and are open and honest about what they're trying to do. Okay. We're not talking about people who...
You ain't got to get upset.
Your ass is running your mouth. But anyway,
Yeah.
The point being this.
I quit. I can't do
that he doesn't see that when he do that shit, he cut up and make my fucking shit. But anyway, Christine said that she's a high earning female, so Polly does nothing for her. But what I was gonna say, what Illumala was saying, that's what I was gonna piggyback off of Illumala, since Malcolm X has said to us, about sending our kids to school to our oppressor. Oh, if you were able to have a poly relationship and one person was able, if you had children involved, to stay home and be the teacher and all of that, then the other two people, because right now the income is fucked up for a lot of people, not just black people anymore, but we are still the bottom of the barrel on the income side of the game. We still at the bottom. So that would be a way to bring in income, two incomes to one household, as well as you can homeschool and teach. But that's not for everyone. Like I know some people that have done it, and it has worked for them. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I want to do personally, but I do understand how it can work with some folks. That's why you choking to death.
I mean, because when you think about it, what are we here on Earth for? You know what I'm saying? What are we here for? We're not here.
Now you getting into it.
To make. Even if we made a lot of money, because I think I make a lot of money and I don't even work no more. But if that's it, then you will die alone. You see what I'm saying?
And that's what's happening to a lot of. Happening to a lot of.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean by being a high earning woman?
No, he said no. Go ahead, finish.
I said that if you
turn towards me,
are,
ready to fight. Get yourself together.
Believing that, you make, let's say for example, if all you were interested in is making a lot of money, then if you allow that money that you're making to control everything that you do, then you would die alone. I
need an example. So are you saying like if a woman is like, I got a lot of money, or a man is like, I got a lot of money, so I don't need a woman for shit, or
right.
That's what you mean, that kind of shit. Yeah.
And that's anti-culture.
That's making you
anti-culture,
say that.
Right.
It's the money that's making you say that.
That's anti-culture.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And that goes for poly relationships or individual relationships.
It's the money that's making you say that. It's not your real self that's allowing you to say that.
So should you look for a high earner when you're looking for someone in a relationship?
Well, you have to. I think that question comes. Are you a high, not just a high earner, or are you of high value?
Yeah.
What can you bring? What can you bring? See, because many of us, we're looking, because in the relationship piece that we got going on right now, a lot of us are looking to complete ourselves rather than finishing up ourselves and then bringing somebody into the equation.
I got a relative of mine, ex-relative of mine anyway. I feel sorry for her because all of her days of working, she has made a lot of money.
A lot of money.
I mean, even when she retired.
But that pussy lonely.
Even when she retired, she was over $100,000 a year, right?
Mm-hmm.
6 figures. But, she's not married yet.
Okay.
She don't have no children.
Okay.
She appeared to be happy, but she's really not, because she got something going on with her in here that got her dosing down a lot of pills and stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Write her name down for me.
No.
You know what?
No. But can she afford a lot of stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And guess what? When you go to a house, you thought that they had 10 people living in the goddamn house because there's so much shit that she's trying to, comfort herself with.
Because she's lonely.
Yeah. And she've had boyfriends, and she have said that
Hatim want her name.
That she have said that the boyfriends, if you earlier in her game, she said that, if the boyfriend doesn't make as much money as then
she only wanted to be bothered.
Right.
She was fascinated infatuated by
Making all that money.
by a person who was a doctor, who she said that she was in love with, but the damn man didn't even damn know her.
He ain't know her.
No, he didn't know her.
Don't put her now. Don't.
Hatem want her name. CeeLo says, I don't think we can do that here as far as poly, as it's not legal, so some children will be deemed illegitimate by the state and unable to inherit from their father. That's a diversion for us. We need to rebuild the nuclear unit before we start talking about poly. Now, let me say this real quick, because there is a way to do that, because even if you don't get married on paper, you know, there are ways you could do that legally and leave money, inheritance, etc., through an attorney, through wills and through trusts and different things like that. So that can be done. And I'm not going to say, because I do, me personally, like I said, I don't want to do a poly relationship. However, I have seen a person or two who has done it, and it was a very effective for them. And they were able to save money. They had a woman that stayed home with the child, that they had children, and she homeschooled, and then both of the other people worked, and then they were eventually able to, you know, build. They took their money and they ended up building it into a business together, and they really flourished. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't looking down on it. I think that but you know, long as you're not, as far as for a nation building piece. Now, if you into it for just the sexual aspect of it, then that's a whole nother ball game. But if you in it, and very few people, because we have been westernized, I don't think a lot of us know how to do nation building poly relationship. Karen Ball said, if the children are born from that man in a poly relationship, those are his children, period. So many women are out here in poly relations anyway, while sharing men and not getting anything but a used washcloth. Just facts. And you know,
the washcloth don't have to be used.
You know. But then that's
stop putting yourself down.
I mean, the thing about it is, I mean, I guess that's true that some people are, like you said, are in poly relationships but don't know it. But those are what we call, me and Hatem may say, that's not even what I just call poly per se. I call that more cheating, but you know, Lumala said ain't
and friendly pussies. You know,
it's cheating. But what's interesting to me is, and then we're gonna get to our 10 minutes of freedom coming up. What's interesting to me though is that, do you think that I see a lot of black men and black women on the internet talking about why our relationships don't work? Do you think that we have more problems keeping our relationships than white people do?
No.
Do you think that there's a propaganda that spread that says black people don't know how to keep relationships together, and we have bought into that?
Yes.
I agree.
Because human beings have problems. We just allow ours to be magnified, and then we get on social media and magnify that shit for everybody to see anyway. And then we start thinking our shit is a little bit more abnormal.
Right.
Dick and pussy problems is plaguing the world. It's plaguing the world. You know what I'm saying? We just a little bit more open about it.
Was it Lonnie Love that got on The View and said that she got a white man now because black men cheat?
Like white men don't. I mean, shit.
I wish I'd have been there too.
Right. See, but they won't let people like you on the show. That's why we got to have. That's why we got to have our own media.
See, white men cheat too.
All the time.
Right.
They're the biggest cheaters.
Yes, they are.
Because they got they have a lot of. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of stuff that they could cheat with.
Okay.
If you want to say cheat,
oh, Lord.
You know, they got secretaries, they got people who work for them, they can fuck anything they want.
Right now, Sean Barker said, can men handle a poly relationship if it's two men and one woman? I don't think so. Now, and that may be true, but me personally, the reason why I would be against a relationship with two men and one woman, because we are right now, as far as numbers wise, that's counterproductive to the fact that we need more men. If we are giving women multiple men, we are now drawing more from the non-available male pool. Because like I said earlier, and to say that it doesn't exist would be to deny that mass incarceration and increased homosexuality and early death in black men is a real thing. And that whole 1994 crime bill, it pulled out, and from then on has been pulling black men out of our communities. So the statistics show, due to mass incarceration, increased homosexuality, and early death, that we have like one male to approximately 7 available black men. The numbers are there, but they're not physically here. Or they may be with other men or what have you, you know.
And I'm gonna say this, bro. It is all in the honesty and the discussion. If it's about nation building and people can get beyond themselves and understand what it's for, it could be poly man or poly woman. It just has to be honest.
Right. And for me, if it's going to be poly, this is for me. If it was going to be poly, I feel like it should be done from a nation building perspective. That's me.
But I don't see how one woman with multiple men is nation building.
That's what I said.
I know, because she only could get pregnant one. I can impregnate 5. My daddy impregnated about 5 motherfuckers at the same time.
Oh, nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
The only thing about that is that.
But y'all couldn't handle it if it was on the other foot, though. Hell no.
Please, I probably handle it better than you.
I could.
Nah,
better than you.
I'm with brother Sean. They couldn't handle that shit for real.
Because I don't see, you know.
What the lighter?
If I can,
that's
my lighter.
Here you go. I don't see.
If I can handle white supremacy, I can handle any goddamn thing.
You know, I don't see being in love with a person, you know, worried about what the fuck a person doing. You know what I'm saying? I don't see that
different.
I don't see that way. You know what I'm saying?
So you ain't gonna have no problem with your woman with another man.
So if you're in a polyandry, because that's what it's called, a relationship when a woman have more than one man, and I know about it, all I'm gonna know is like when my turn is. You see what I'm saying?
Where am I in the line?
Not to have sex.
Okay.
But when is my turn for you to be with me? Because when you're with me, then you know, are we going out? Are we going to do this here? Are we going to do that there? You know, and when you with him, y'all do what y'all do.
You with him.
Yeah, but I do think, like I'm with CeeLo, I'm with Sean, most men would not be able to handle that. I've seen it.
Because most women can't either. Most women can't either.
I wouldn't do it. Because we've been conditioned that way.
We've been absorbed by this European, you know, fantasy that we live in. And plus that Christian religion say, you know, thou shalt not have no other woman before, all that bullshit. You know, that's crazy shit. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I know a friend of mine that was in a poly relationship with multiple women. Like I said, I know a couple of people have done it. And it was a travesty because one of the wives was an African woman who was accustomed to having poly relationships. I ain't either, Christine. I ain't doing the shit. And then I know then he had another wife who was an American wife who said she was down for the poly relationship. So he married the American wife on paper, and then the second wife, or she was not married on paper. And the second wife was like, I don't think this is a good idea with an American woman. Well, after a while, the American woman was like, you gotta get rid of that bitch. We ain't doing no poly nothing around this motherfucker.
Because people turn from people to objects that we own, like you said.
They want you to be an object to them. You know what I'm saying?
I own you. I want all your time.
No.
It is.
I don't want to be.
Africans are moved now.
I don't want to be with a man and know 15 minutes ago he done ran up in somebody else. And now he about to run up in me. I'm not feeling that.
See, that's the whole piece. He running up in you. You're not creating.
What difference does that make? Why your head going there?
And Sister Christine, we got to look at why.
If that's all you giving, if that's all you giving up,
we got to look at why many of our African brothers and sisters are giving up their lifestyle,
their tradition,
right? Their traditions. Now, and you have many. You go to many places where that's happening, but I don't want that to be the center of the relationship.
He done humped her and grumped her and then ate her and. Then he want to come over and put that mouth on me like, hey, baby.
No, wait, hold on now.
No.
But in
But I bet you the mother get
well, hold on,
$300.
hold on, time out. In the traditional
He said
society,
$300.
it's not like that. It's
He
not
right.
like that. Their customs are different. I can't just run from one hut to another hut or another house to another house. That's not how those relationships work.
Christina said that they're going away from them because it's not working for them.
It's not working for them because they're trying to be white.
That's right. They're trying.
What the
that's
fuck?
Right. That's right. That's right. That's why fucking weird.
I've been
That's
now. Unlike a lot of motherfuckers that talk, I've been to Africa. I've got off the plane and saw the white Jesuses all over that motherfucker.
Well, Christine said she was in Ghana this time last year, and the women were tired of sharing their men.
Tired of sharing that man. He must not have been following the tradition.
Okay,
Or
Spring
they-
Elizabeth
or they
said
were
I
fine.
couldn't get jiggy with it. I know that's right, Spring. Fuck all that. I ain't getting jiggy
Well,
with
I
that
mean,
shit.
many women can't get jiggy with a single relationship.
Right.
Now, so let's
Right. They got
just
problems with the
let's
single
get off the
relationship.
poly and let's get on this single shit.
Okay.
Because we having problems with the single shit. Now we brought up the poly as a discussion point, but it's not the point of the piece. One of the reasons we're having problems with all relationships, especially individual relationships, because our purposes are not aligning. We're not building it in our tradition, and we're doing it for us rather than for what the relationship is really for.
Well, what is the relationship really for?
The relationship
It's the bill.
It's the bill.
It's the bill. That's all the relationship.
It's the
is.
bill.
All
This is why
relationship
rich.
is the bill.
This is why
So love
rich families.
should be a part of the relationship.
Love
No,
love is always a part of it, but
Well,
it's not the
I'm
main
gonna
damn thing.
Right. Thank you. As one of my older black woman, one of my spiritual mothers told me, and I told y'all before, motherfuckers laughed at me. She said, "Hi Tim, you falling in love with these young girls? I'm trying to set you up with something bigger. You don't see, nigga. Love ain't shit. Love ain't shit. It's a feeling. It's like indigestion. It
Right.
comes and it goes.
Emotional shit.
We're marrying because it's business. We're building
Right.
When you build a relationship, you're building a business. You're
That's
building something together.
That's
Paul
right.
And we
Dorsey
lose sight of that.
said we have been Americanized.
But you
He
can
said,
un-Americanize your ass.
he said, what did I do with it? Oh, hell no. He said, we have been Americanized, which makes poly relationships seems to be not normal. That's why, because he said they're not normal to us because we've been Americanized. We've been taught that that's not the way to go.
Right.
Even though once again, we getting back on the poly shit. See, when we come together, regardless of how many people is there, we're supposed to bring our resources, our talents, and bring shit to the table so that we could build. Because if you are fucking, babies are going to be produced. And those babies need to be provided for and educated. We're not doing that no more. We're just enjoying the pleasures, but not taking care of the
So
fruit.
Spring said she can't do it because she's going to be too jealous. Is jealousy a problem?
Yes, it is.
And it's a personal development
It's a
problem.
personal development problem.
It's
That's
a
right.
personal
development
because
problem.
because not only if you're jealous in
You're
a
gonna be jealous
single
in
relationship,
everything.
it don't matter what type of relationship you in. If jealousy is in your nature and is ruling you, it don't matter. It's gonna destroy whatever you in.
Right.
You might be in a relationship with your goddamn self and be jealous of that. I'm mad at myself.
Right. That's right.
I look too good. Let me go and fuck something up.
No, he needs.
You're right. You're right.
No,
You're saying
no,
the right thing.
nigga,
Because,
no,
you know, like,
Listen.
because
no.
jealousy is almost like greed.
That's one of those
You see what I'm
unbalanced
saying?
passions.
Yeah.
It stops conscious thought. The seven unbalanced passions stop conscious thought. You can't be conscious. You can't nation build. The way we are being beat is that we are being taught other people's principles, and we're living our
I
lives
agree
trying
with
to be
that.
other people.
I agree with that, but I don't even know if it's maybe jealousy as much as it is, at least for me, I just think it's gross. I think it's gross as shit. And listen,
What
yeah,
part of growth? What you say is what's growth?
I don't want to be in a relationship that I know, if I don't know, I don't know. But when I knowingly go into a relationship and I know, like, oh, you was just with her, like I said, you was just on top of her 30 minutes ago.
You
So it's
wasn't
not for
there.
you.
You wasn't there.
But
How
hold
you
on.
know?
But hold on, let's just stop it
How would
there.
I not know?
Hold
She ain't
on,
around
hold
there.
on.
He ain't fucking.
This the issue. Then it's not for you. So
Right.
for most of us in this audience, we don't even need to have the
Right, 'cause it's not for us.
because it's going to take us off the point.
Okay,
Let's talk
go ahead,
about
go ahead,
relationships and let's hear some of the stuff that's going on in our
In our
community.
single relationship, most
Joe said he must be high. Who high? Who
I
high,
don't
Joe?
smoke weed.
most women,
You high on something?
I'm high on life.
most
All right.
most of our women are single anyway.
That's true. That's true.
And let's talk about that shit.
Because one of the reasons is because we don't have the numbers.
Oh,
no,
yes,
no,
I just-
No, a lot
Yes.
of y'all chasing niggas
Because
up
we
out
are
your
going to
line.
be
women
single.
get confronted. Women get confronted by men all the time, and they don't give the man the time of the day to even
He
explain
is
who the hell he
square,
is.
or he ain't this.
I mean,
or
that
he
does
ain't,
happen.
Right?
Yeah.
No,
That
that
does
happens a lot.
Open up, and give him the opportunity to say something before you turn him away.
I mean, because I'm like, yo, I mean, come on now, that's a real issue there. We got a lot of single black women, beautiful black women, wise black women that are sitting around by themselves right now. Why?
I know you get approached.
Because they're
I know you
chasing
get
a
approached.
fantasy. You're chasing a fantasy. You're chasing
Well,
something
what
that
is
you're
the
not.
fantasy then?
The
You gotta
fantasy
be-
is
specific.
first
You're
off,
looking for something
they
that
don't
ain't there.
understand. They say they want black men, but they don't accept black men where they are. We are in a system of oppression where a majority of us are not making the money that a lot of you are. So it's like, if he's not making the amount of money I got, he got to be fit.
And that's-
He got to
and
be
that's
6
design.
foot tall.
That's by
But then
design.
you never think about what the fuck you supposed to bring to the table.
And that's by design. Because we are the white person. A black male, a black man is a white man's he don't want you to get there. He'd rather see your woman get there than you, because you know why? He could make the woman turn on that black man.
Joe Berry said that black and mild got you high.
No, life got me high, bro. The whole point. The whole
But
point that
this
I'm
is-
saying is,
But yeah, I know women that do that. Of course, we
yeah.
have women that do
Well,
that.
let's talk about these
how
single
many
women.
how many women out there have turned away men that was genuinely interested in them,
Yes.
that was everything that they talked about, but because he didn't make them feel a certain type of way, they let that motherfucker go, and now they in their 40s, 50s, and 60s,
And how,
all by themselves, talking about ain't no black men out here. Fuck that.
and
I ain't with that.
And how could he make you feel a certain way if you don't never give him the fucking opportunity?
And Christine says she's gone many years and not been approached by men.
You ain't paying no attention,
you ain't paying
CeeLo.
attention.
You ain't paying attention.
You ain't paying attention.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and get back to this because I have my girl on the line
And
right
she
here.
ready.
Let's see if she ready.
10 minutes of freedom. 10 minutes of freedom. She not ready?
You see the mess? No,
No, I didn't see it. What you going to say, Freedom?
I was telling you guys that no 10 minutes of freedom for today because of technical difficulties.
Oh, okay.
Well, you doing good right now. Do 2 minutes of freedom.
2 minutes of freedom.
2 minutes.
Or you just want us to sing to you.
But I'll definitely be back next week, you guys, and we won't have these issues anymore.
Okay, Freedom. But wait a minute, you did tell me
Okay, I love
something
you
that happened in the
guys.
news today. Wait a minute, what was you telling me about somebody in a wheelchair did what?
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know that, see, I didn't get the gist of the story because of the difficulties. But there was a woman, I can't say, that was off of drugs in a wheelchair. And when they arrested her, she had a crack pipe on her. Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Show had her on Donkey of the Day today.
Damn, she pulled off a bank robbery
Yes,
with a wheelchair and
Yes,
a crack.
she didn't get that stimulus check.
Okay.
Pipe, yeah.
Okay, well, Freedom, we'll be back next week.
I'll have more stories for you guys.
Okay, cool.
Good night, freedom.
Freedom. Okay, so anyway, now Christine says she's very friendly and open to brothers, and she hasn't been approached. Which sometimes, like we want to talk about the women, which like the numbers show you that we have more women than men
Absolutely. That's true.
to
They got more women children being born than they got men children.
due to the fact that you have increased homosexuality, mass incarceration, and early death of black males. But with that being said, if we got more women out here and the black man ain't being able to find a mate when he has more women in the pool to choose from, then what the fuck is his problem?
Look.
Oh, I can tell you.
Always,
Wait.
No. Wait.
Right,
Hold up.
Go ahead. I tell you what the problem is.
What the fuck that motherfucker problem?
They have always, ever since the beginning of the earth, more women in the world than they had men. You know,
That's
back in
not
19
true.
bullshit. In
That's not statistically
1974,
true.
in 1974,
More men are actually born, but more men die earlier.
In 1975, in Washington D.C.,
75 niggas, 2021.
Be quiet and let the
in
man
Washington
finish his point.
D.C.,
Goddamn.
they had 15 women to one man. You see what I'm saying? They got some people, you know, like
That's not true anymore.
you know, you go up in the hospital and you see more baby girls than you see baby boys. You see what I'm saying?
Well,
But and you trying to say what's the problem?
I can tell you the problem.
And part of the problem is that, you know, when you try to I'm gonna use the word hit on a woman, you know, make conversation with a woman, you know, that you really seen, that you could be interested in, they're doing all kinds of stuff. Lying to you.
Playing games.
What difference?
Testing you. I'm gonna tell you what the problem
what's
is.
the problem then?
It's two problems.
Well,
One,
Joe Barry said these women need to stop trying to live a TV life.
exactly. One, media has messed up the black woman as well. I mean, he messed up both of us. Two, a lot of women are over masculinized. I'm gonna say that. Black
And a
women,
lot of
'cause-
men are over feminized.
right. And the reason a lot of men are over feminized because they have been raised by masculine ass women. So the problem is a self-recreating one because we have individuals that's having babies without fathers and creating these boys and raising these boys that don't know how to be men, and then when they come out, they are not meeting the standards that these women want them to meet.
Okay.
The very same women that will go and have a baby by one of these men and then allow he ain't shit, so I'm gonna go and raise this boy. So we have a cycle that's going, and then we got media at a level that we have never had. And so I really feel sorry for my daughters. God damn. Oh my God. But Lord have mercy. But that's why we got to go and we got to have a real conversation about relationships. What are they for? In Giami, we talk about relationship. That is what spirituality is all about. People don't understand that. Y'all praying the rocks. Y'all got your little crystals. Y'all got y'all tea.
And
y'all got your
yoni
butter,
egg.
yoni eggs. You got all that shit.
The miracle egg that's
right.
going to erase all your past.
Right. You got burning incense and shit.
Well, you got Jesus too.
And Jesus too.
Shit.
And what
and you got Muhammad and Allah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got all them motherfuckers all in the way of shit.
The very essence of relationship or very essence of spirituality is relationship. Not just how you relate with the divine with shit you don't see.
Right.
You want to see how spiritual somebody really is? See how they interact with those people around them and closest to them.
Right.
We overlook some of the most spiritual people because
Sean Barker said government assistance is part of the problem.
That's part of that programming.
Right.
That's part of that programming. I agree with you, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, I mean, we're pushing a rock uphill. When we try to come together, for us to make it as a black man and a black woman, we're doing a miracle. You know what I'm saying? For all of our elders and all those that's been together for a very long time, we all need to kind of, you know, give them a bow of acknowledgement because they have done almost the impossible.
Okay, let me say something though regarding that. For example, my great grandparents were married over 60 years.
Damn.
However, their
This the
relationship,
one you have right here.
their relationship existed in a time where a lot of women did not work and a lot of women were not able to support themselves without having that man to take care of them. A lot of those older relationships, if you look at them, The men have had
Multiple
children outside the marriage. They've had different women throughout the marriage. It was frowned upon to be divorced, and women stayed for a plethora of reasons that today women don't stay for.
Women don't.
Because today a woman can take care of her. So I used to think, oh, that was so great. And they kept that relationship together for so long. But let me tell you something. We were looking at my grandparents' relationship. I'll go back to my great-grandparents. My great-grandparents were married for 60-something years. And my great-grandfather was the biggest whore in town.
He may have been, but guess what? His grandchildren came out knowing who the fuck they are and what they're supposed to be doing. Half of these motherfuckers out here who are leaving a relationship just because your man out there, got with somebody, but he don't stay with him. He come home, but he got with somebody, got a kid. Now you don't want the damn kid to see the damn children. You don't want the damn kid to see the goddamn, you don't want to be bothered with his ass at all. You know what I'm saying? You even go to child welfare and make sure that, he pay alimony on the children that he have. Back then, they didn't do that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know what you're doing, but as long as you're taking care of this household, you nation building in this household, you the nation builder over there too. But don't cut this shit here short, and I'm hoping that you ain't cutting the other child short. That's the way that shit.
Joe Barry said that he has had females tell him they don't need a man, they got Jesus.
Right.
Well,
that's another thing.
Well.
Instead of you putting the blame on you, guess what? You go grab Jesus. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on his ass. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't did shit for you. He ain't, that's a big old false piece of.
You better leave Jesus alone.
Piece of rock. You see what I'm saying? Because
I'm putting up my pins because they're about to come looking for us.
Because that stuff there, is false relationship. It keeps you from.
Well, Jesus can't be your man because Jesus. I mean, what Jesus? Like I know somebody said, Jesus is my man, and this dude told me he was dating a chick, and she was like, well, Jesus is my man, and Jesus is going to come first, etc. So he said, okay. So they wanted to go out to eat, and he said, let Jesus take your ass out to eat and pay for that motherfucking meal, okay?
Let him pay the light bill.
Freedom said they got Jesus means they fucking the pastor.
See,
very simple.
See, I had a friend of mine was telling me today, he had a conversation with a woman and she was so pleasant. And then all of a sudden, when she got home, she called him and guess what?
What?
He found out through the conversation that she was, a Jehovah's Witnesses, and she went to bawling his ass out about, you don't believe in the Bible? Yeah. You don't do this here? Yeah. He said, baby, look, I can't have you hollering at me like this because I'm not your child. And she hung up the damn phone.
Yeah, I know several men have dated women who are not Christian men and are very viable dating material. Very viable. And the woman has told them because he's not a Christian,
I can't fuck with you.
They won't fuck with. The one brother had been dating a woman for a minute, but he never, because he used to just be up front in the beginning and say, this is what I do. And then he decided, you know what, if it don't come up, I ain't going to bring it up. But it always would come up. So one lady said, we've been dating for so long and we doing so good, I need you to meet my pastor so that you could talk to my pastor. Because if my pastor approves of you, then we can even take this to another level. He refused to do it.
I like that. No, I like that. Now, taking the religious piece out.
You can if you're saying I'm going to the pastor. But
no, what I'm saying is, but she was bringing him to a prominent man in her life.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, that's something that regardless, now I could dig that.
Spring is on point today.
What?
She said, my dad always said it's cheaper to keep her. That's one of the reasons people stayed married for so long. Yeah. Back in the day, hell yeah. That's one of the reasons why people, and even now, especially, some people's relationships stayed so long because they like, shit, I'm going to go ahead and fuck with Betty. but I ain't gonna divorce my woman because I ain't paying all that money. Because that shit, like Lumala said, it used to be a time when you ain't get that shit. But now today you can get all kind of motherfucking shit when you if a motherfucker divorce
showed
you.
up underneath.
But you know what though? It is cheaper. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand that shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's cheaper to keep her.
It's cheaper to keep her.
Just keep the bitch. You don't like the bitch?
Look, even if he fucking the whole world, if he's still bringing everything back home to you, and ain't nothing wrong with him, he ain't bringing no diseases to you. What the fuck are you?
I don't want nobody
about?
with a friendly dick. I just don't.
I mean, but what? But it's his dick. It's his dick. You see what I'm saying? Just like it's her pussy. You know what I'm saying? Her vagina, whatever you want to call it. You know? I mean, come on. I mean, we're going to talk about nation building. That can't be the only thing about the conversation.
Well, hold on.
I can't today, y'all. I can't. What you about to say? Because we're going to give you some solutions. Solutions and resolutions.
Solutions and resolutions.
And then we're going to get the fuck up out of here. But first of all, when you're going into a relationship, make sure you vet. Vet. You know what I'm saying? Look, Freedom said, don't nobody want community property. I don't.
You got it. The state have given you community property. Go ahead on and die and find out who won't get your shit.
Okay.
Go die and see who won't get your shit. Community property get it. If you got a husband, guess what? You think the children gonna get it? No, the husband gonna get it, and he can distribute it to the damn children. Just like if the man died, the community property goes to his spouse.
Well, she like community property, meaning
I know what she means, but I'm just saying when you talk about community property, shit, we all community property. If you want to get technical about it.
Freedom said you need to be on that show, Ruthless.
Okay. All mother community property if you want to get ruthless.
Okay.
Shit.
We gonna hire him out to do some relationship counseling. That ain't your dick. That's his dick.
Just like, for example, if you die, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody claim you.
You stay property.
You community property.
Right, if nobody claims you. If nobody claims you.
Yeah, you go to Potterfield. They got a lot of motherfuckers. They got a lot of motherfuckers that go to Potterfield. You think in the penitentiary? Look, in the penitentiary, at least I could talk about the penitentiary and Golden State Penitentiary.
That's how they are. I know what you're about to say. Mm-hmm.
Your ass get killed in there, and nobody don't fucking claim your ass. They bury your fucking ass down.
That's what they do. Yeah.
You state property.
Well, what you need to do is vet a person.
Be clear and honest.
Don't bring your representative. Be who you are from the beginning to the end. One thing I do, and I know I had a guy tell me one time that the reason why, but I usually be the one to break up, but I'm too honest in my relationships. I show people who the fuck I am from the jump.
Who, you?
No.
I curse and shit. You know what I'm saying?
You curse?
But you're still honest.
No.
But I just show you who I am from the jump. I don't try to put on this facade that I am someone that I am not. So please, I know just make sure that you be you when you come into the relationship. Also, trust. Bring trust to the relationship, but you do need to just keep your eyes open. And like something that Letitia said, pay attention to the red flags because they're usually there and we choose to ignore them. And also, along with love, you have to bring to the table or the concept of nation building or building in your relationship.
We need it, family.
We can't just be love alone because I want to be with somebody I love. I'm not going to just go into the relationship with just nation building and not love the motherfucker because I'll be waking up to the motherfucker looking like this. Like, ooh, I can't stand that.
Most motherfuckers wake up like that any goddamn way.
Yeah.
Shit, in 2021. And 20.
I can't stand it.
I don't want to wake up like that every day. Like,
but you know what I mean?
Why is he breathing?
But this is the issue. With extreme emotions, it goes from one extreme to the other.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like that, that's the way it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Because you go 1 minute you be deeply in love with a motherfucker, then he do something and he fart or something and you wasn't expecting it, and you be like,
no.
Oh, this nigga did.
Like a motherfucker told me. Like a motherfucker told me.
No, you're crazy.
A motherfucker said,
listen to
you sleeping with a motherfucker? I know you fucking that motherfucker. I must be a fool if I think that you ain't fucking that motherfucker. How you gonna talk about what the fuck I'm doing and you ain't even there?
Okay.
How often I'm doing it?
Was you?
Huh?
Was you?
Was I what?
Fucking a motherfucker.
No.
Well, that's
Or
different.
father fucker.
Huh?
It was a father fucker, not a motherfucker.
Okay, well,
You
nevertheless,
fuck
he
father
said he was. That's different to
No,
be.
what I'm
Well,
saying,
nowadays, it really don't
what
make a
I'm saying is
difference,
that if I'm living with a person and you know I'm hanging out with you, right? And you're gonna say, well,
You right, Joe.
I know you fucking the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're telling me.
Okay.
How the hell you know if you ain't there?
Right. I
If
mean,
that's
and that's
all
a,
you worry.
I feel it in my soul.
If that's all you worry about,
My woman's intuition is telling me.
what about that motherfucking rent I help pay? You know
the
what I'm
rent
saying?
part is important too, but if it's
You said-
important to the woman, she shouldn't say "I know" unless she knows. If you make that
Right,
accusation to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
"I
see,
know you cheating," then you better know it.
You better know it. You better know it. That's all I'm saying. You
El
better know it.
Absalom, get your shit together before you bring your toxic ass to a relationship. And many of us, we have to heal. I mean,
All of us got to heal, man.
But a lot of people go into relationships like El said, and they toxic as fuck.
Right.
and don't know it because that's what they grew
I
up
think
around.
they know they fucking
I don't know.
toxic.
I don't know. Some
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
you know, especially a lot of women who go, and I can speak for women because I am a woman and I've seen it with many women go into the relationship with a man who wants to be a masculine male, and they prefer a man who is more on the feminine side, meaning that he, like they have a role reversal almost. And if you are into traditional roles, which, you know, we have a society now that is so against traditional roles in relationships. So the people like talk against that. But if you're into that, then you know, you should go into that relationship. If you know your man is into being the more of a masculine presence in the home, then you have to be able to accompany that. And you be more of a feminine presence. I like the masculine presence. I want my man to take out the trash, to fix the shit and all that. And I cook. I have absolutely no problem with those types of relationships. I like my man to be the predominant.
The goddamn children too.
And chastise children. I want him to be able to provide. I'm cool with those types of relationships myself.
I done been in a relationship. The woman be saying, "Well, don't talk to him like that." What the hell you mean? If I don't talk to him like this, the street's gonna talk to him like that.
The police gonna talk to him like that.
You see what I'm saying?
But yeah, so anyway, takeaways is, once again, make sure you vet. Number 2 is make sure you have love and building in mind. You know, when you get older, you may already be built, but you know, keep those things in mind if that's what you're looking for. Nation building. And make sure you know what your role is to be in the relationship and what his role is to be, and y'all agree on that. Excuse me. And don't ignore the red flags. Period. And that's what I'm gonna say the takeaways with is.
And stay in your lane.
What lane is that, Alumala?
Women stay in their lane, men stay in their lane. You can't be getting in the main lane if you got a man with you. Then what he gonna do?
That's what she said. She said accept roles.
Yeah, huh?
That's what she said. Accept the roles.
Accept the roles. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Be clear on the roles.
And be clear on what your guys, because like with today's definition, that many people are like, you got. I feel like a lot of women they display a lot of toxic masculinity, and they want to be able to talk to you crazy. And then they want to be this feminine woman when you knock the shit out of them. I'm a woman. You can't treat me like that. Or if you be like bitching, then it's, you know. So
you can't talk to me like that.
I'm gonna tell my daddy.
You got to make sure those things are. He said, if you can find him, you know what.
Just in case she do, you got to keep that thing on you just in case.
You got to keep that goddamn on you. What's his name? Corey Hogan say, I got that goddamn on me.
I told one of my wives, I said, shit, you go get your daddy.
He said,
one of his wives. Did y'all hear this shit?
Okay.
One of them. What did you tell one of them?
He said, I'm going to tell my dad. I said, go get your daddy. He was living at the time.
Okay, well, y'all, it's been real.
You ain't just tell on yourself, did you?
Huh?
You say he was living at the time.
Yeah.
Was he living after the time, after y'all fell out?
When he fall out,
okay.
She ain't go get him.
Okay.
She ain't go get him.
All right. squeeze the chicken so we could bring this one to an end, family. We want to thank y'all. Clucky say we got to get the hell up out of here.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
It was a
y'all for
good
joining.
conversation today. That was a good conversation today. And I hope we have some takeaways today with the conversation. Shout out to Umayaya, Charles Stevenson in the building. Next week, we'll have a giveaway on the show.
We
And
ain't
if you
giving away
have,
no more money on
we
it.
ain't giving away no money.
Thank God.
But we were, if you didn't catch the game show we did today, make sure you go to
Don't remind me.
Giambi Journey Media, G&J, no, it's not going to re-air there. Giambi Journey Media on Facebook, or go to Kwanzaa 365 Space Media and check out the Black History Trivia game we did today. I had a lot of fun with that, and we had a $100 winner today. So shout out to Freedom, because she was the winner by 1 point. There was a tiebreaker question. Her and Brother Miko was neck and neck through the whole game. And CeeLo got cut off, so she didn't get to participate in the whole game. So we'll do another one soon.
No, we
And-
won't. We give away some money.
Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Any promotions before we leave out of here?
Yeah, go to the little commercial.
I will.
That's the promotion.
No, it's not. Illumilite,
Well,
you
I
want to
read a
promote the
poem.
bookstore?
Yeah, we promoting the
Hold on.
bookstore. We're promoting the bookstore. You know, look, you know, we still waiting for y'all to call us 614-327-7131.
Zawadi
You know,
Books. Get
Zawadi
all your
Books.
books. Don't need to be going to Barnes and Nobles. You don't need to be going to Amazon.
We
got a
black
brother
soap,
right here.
We got black soap. We got incense. We sell
Sage,
sage. We
jewelry.
Yeah, you know, we got a lot of little stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we appreciate you guys if you guys step on in and step on out. Good thing.
All right. Don't forget, Brother Illumilite, Zawadi Bookstore. What's the number again?
2017 Maryland Avenue. That's right across the street from the Maryland Park Apartment. Just come to the back.
Nelson Park
You know,
Apartments.
that's where our store is.
And
you
it's
know.
across the street from Nelson Park. And your phone number is again?
614-327-7131.
All right. So did you want to read a poem before we go, Hot 10? Because we about to do our commercials and get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
It's called Poetic Drum Call. As I send my voice to the distant shores of eternity, TT.
Zuri says she needs some incense.
Ancestors, please hear my plea. Use my words as stepping stones for your dissension. Bring your wisdom and power into our dimension. We send our call out into all 6 directions, praying for your presence and holy protections. Ancestors, we reach out and call to you. Do not let our calls go unanswered. We face the west where the black mother resides. We ask for your eternal kiss that makes us warm inside. We face the south that holds the energy of youth. Come to us and reveal the truth. We face the east where the masculine power dwells. Come release us from our mental cell. We face the north where the wisdom of age is from. Bring us visions of things to come. We salute our mother and look toward our father sky, for we know that we one day will be ancestors, for we all must die. So ancestors, please come and join your kin and kind, for we are all children of that one spirit that is divine.
Ashe.
All
All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us. And we will holler at y'all later.
Next Wednesday.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
Agenda. So from the surface, he might look a little black. Just a little smidge. But then on the inside,
Still been wanting to get in your line. You know what I'm saying?
all right, y'all.
And she said, really, huh? And then she tried to sell me some bank shit. I said, I don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? I said, because I already got all the bank shit that y'all could give me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't putting me in no debt. And